It's a beautiful day here in mid Wales for making hay. They've rode it up and they're baling. Well, hay basically is a way of keeping the goodness of grass when it's at the right stage with full of nutrition for the animals. It's cut right at that very special moment, which you can often see by a shimmer and a haze above the hay crop when it's ready on a sunny day. It's cut just at the right time and left staggered across the field. Then the next day they will either shake it or row it up. It's rowed up like this because next will come along the baler and make large bales from it. It has to be completely dry if it's going to be a hay. But if it's going to be a haylage, they want a bit of green in it and a bit of wilt. If it's going to be silage, it's baled and wrapped on the same day just about, within a few hours, because they want it to pickle in its own juices. But this crop I think is going to be a haylage, and by the looks of that grass, quite a dry haylage too. It has a very nice smell, does haylage. It's mildly alcoholic, where silage is much stronger and much more pickly and much more, well, alcoholic. And you can definitely taste it when the cattle go on to silage in the winter time. I like to feed hay, but haylage does give you more advantages in the winter time. It puts more weight on your animals, but you have to open it and eat it all up within 3 days. So if you've got enough livestock to eat a bale within 3 days, go for haylage or silage. Otherwise it's hay, because hay can last open as long as you want. When we're making hay, we know it's ready on about the 3rd or 4th day when you pick it up and it crunches and crickles in your hands when you break it. You bend it over. There shouldn't be a bend, it should actually start to break and crackle in your hands. No morning dew on it, and it shouldn't be at all damp. When you turn over the rows here, when you turn those over, it should be nice and dry underneath and all the way through the whole thing. A good hay should be many species of plants. There should be an underlay of clover, and there should be lots of different types of grass species within it. There shouldn't be too many docks, and hopefully no thistles and nettles, but nettles are quite good if you're wanting to milk. Grass should be ryegrass, timothy, all sorts of different wonderful variations of species. Diverse and good for those animals' guts. What a beautiful view, hey? Fancy working in that. I don't think I'd be keeping very straight with the rows on my tractor, because I'd be looking at that amazing view. Here we've got very modern technology. We've got a modern John Deere tractor, and he's baling with a big round baler. That'll make a really tight bale, and it looks to have net on it. You can either have net or bale string. Once they've baled it here, as you can see, they wrap it, and that is because this is not hay, this is haylage, and they use a black cling film, a very strong cling film, to wrap around the bale, and the bale inside there continues pickling and fermenting to make a very nice smelling and tasty haylage crop. The bale turns on rollers, and the cling film keeps wrapping. You need 3 coverings completely of the cling film wrap to make sure the bale is ready to store for winter. And then it gets thrown off the machine, but if you pierce any holes in it, you immediately have to seal it, because that is a sealed unit of fermentation. And once you get air into it, you then get off flavours, and you also get bacteria and dangerous pathogens, and it would turn mouldy. There's a red kite circling ahead. What a beautiful sight. I think he's looking to hunt, finding things that have been disturbed by the balers. Where's he gone? There he is. It's a very quick process, the bale wrapping. We don't use often bale wrapped bales because of the plastics to get disposed of. It can be a real nuisance. And just like that, it's laid an egg. It's quite a nice day here in Wales, making haylage with the proper toys. As you probably know if you watch me regularly, I use old, broken down, vintage, troublesome vehicles, tractors and machinery. And here in mid Wales, I'm lucky enough to be staying on a farm where they've got the state-of-the-art machinery. And as you can see, it goes pretty quick, much quicker than anything on our farm. You go at a good tempo, as I've been told, to cut hay with our old vintage machinery, but that's pretty damn quick. Watch the whole process in mid Wales of making haylage and using very good modern state-of-the-art tractors. First job is to check the weather, and hopefully you'll have a dry patch, and to cut optimal point when it's most nutrition in it. You don't want it to go over, you want it to be just right. And knowledgeable farmers that have been doing it for a while with experience know exactly that point. Today he's using a John Deere tractor over there. That one's rowing it up and spinning it. Part of the process of getting ready for the baler is after you've cut it up to get it into a drier state to bale, and you also need to row it up, ready for the baler to come and collect it. It can't really collect it when it's in this state. It has to collect it from nice long rows. This is the machine that spins it, and if they put the gates on it, they put it into nice long rows. Wide rows. I think they're called windrows. It's a big machine, isn't it? These rows are a combination of 3 or 4 of the cut rows that are put into one big row that the baler will be able to process. Here's the freshly cut. And it does a very good job of cutting quite close to the ground. And there's the line that he's put all together into the windrow to bale up. It looks like this is going to be silage. As they've rowed this up, already green today, this looks like this is going to be made into silage, where the other crop is made into haylage. All rowed up for making into silage, this field. Here he comes. Silage is different to hay in that it's cut green, rowed up and ready to be baled the same day, and then it's bale wrapped and left to pickle and ferment in its own juices to create a good fodder for the cattle over winter, but can't be fed to horses and has to be used rather quickly so it doesn't go off. Silage can either be baled or clamped. So they might bring along a baler and bale it and then bale wrap it, and they quite often use a fusion wrapper or a fusion baler which bales and wraps at the same time. Or they might bring a wagon along that sucks and hoovers it up like a harvester. It sucks it up off the ground, and then they take that back to the farm where they clamp it in a large concrete area that they then exclude all the air from. They put all the cut grass into, drive up and down on top of it to get the air out, wrap it and weight it down, and leave it till it's feeding time in the winter. Remember those fields that were harvested? This is about 2 weeks later. The field is producing again. It hasn't been muck spread on yet, but that field is going to give the farmer another harvest. Undergrowth of clover growing firstly, and things like dandelions. I think that's rather impressive because that field was like a bowling green.